Hi everybody, this is Stephanie from Studio 23 Arts today. Today we're going to do a swipe and with rainbow colors, and I'm going to do it a little bit differently today. So here is my paint. I've mixed it with 2 parts floetrol, 1 part paint, and when I mix it up, it should make a little bit of a mound in the paint. So watch it as I lift the stick up. You'll see a little mound. So here we go. Watch. Almost done mixing and see little mound there. The cell activator is also mixed with paint and floetrol. I mix it a little bit thinner, so you notice as it runs off the stick, it's a little bit thinner than the rest of the paints. So I'm going to lay the paint down on the canvas a little bit differently. I'm going to put it down in just random lines, not going in the traditional order of the rainbow, just trying to mix colors together that I think would blend well together, and ones that if they mix together that they won't go muddy. So we're just going to keep making lines until I have the canvas covered with paint. And once we have it all covered, then we'll start swiping. I'm going to use a piece of plastic to swipe. And if you don't have a little piece of plastic, you can use anything, a piece of plastic from a container packaging that you took packaging, something that you bought at the store and cut some pieces of plastic up from it. If you don't have that, you can use paper towel, you can use a piece of cardboard, you can use cards from a deck of cards, anything like that. The important thing is you want to make sure that when you're dragging it through the paint, you only want to hold it very lightly and not press down hard when you're pulling through the paint. If you press down too deep in the paint, you're not going to get the really beautiful lacing and cells. But it's pretty flexible what you use to pull through the paint. You can also buy things online as well that are meant for swiping, but you don't really have to buy expensive things to do swipes. You can find things in your own house that you can use. So we've got all the paint on. I'm going to start out with the plastic piece first. I have different widths, so you can play around with that depending on what design you want to make. You can use wide pieces, narrow pieces. I'm kind of going with a medium width today with this one. So I'm going to start just going diagonal. I'm kind of going with how I laid out the lines and trying to swipe in those directions, but going a little off kilter too, just to make the design interesting. And once I've done a few of these swipes, then we'll switch to the palette knife. So I hope everyone is doing great today. I'm in Washington State, so the weather's been really nice today. A little bit windy. It's threatening to storm on us, but otherwise it's been a great day here. And enjoying the spring. Hoping it'll warm up a little bit for the winter or the summer. So, all right, one more swipe here. It looks like I'm getting some really beautiful lacing with each swipe. It's turning out really pretty so far. So I can't wait to see what it's going to look like when we stretch it out. These bright colors always go so pretty together. So now I'm switching, because I only have small sections left. I switched to the palette knife. It's a little easier to control the swipe Or if you just have a really narrow piece of plastic, that works too if you don't have palette knives. So we'll swipe out those last couple areas, and I still like to leave a bit of solid. So you notice I'm not swiping every area. There's still a bit of solid color left in there. I like to leave a bit of solid just to make the design a bit variable. And you can leave large blocks of solid or small blocks. Make the design however you like. There's no wrong way to do this. The paint is your design, and as long as you're having fun and enjoying the process. So at the end, I like to go with a toothpick and modify the design a little bit before I stretch it out. And this too, you just allow yourself to be creative and allow that creative process to flow. And then I use the torch to pop any bubbles before I stretch it out. So that's the last thing there. And I'm just putting a bit of paint on the edges to make sure that the paint flows over the edges nicely. If there's not paint right on the edges, the paint can roll under itself and you can lose some of the design. So if you don't have a lot of paint on the canvas, that's a good idea. With this type of technique, you can have a base coat underneath, but you don't have to, as long as you have enough paint on the canvas. I didn't quite get as much paint as I would have liked on the canvas, so when I spun it, it didn't really spin out, so I had to tilt it. So I could have used a little bit more paint on the canvas for this one. So really, it's just your design preference as to whether you want to have a base coat underneath for a background color and then have the colors on top. And it does help the paint flow a little bit better. So that is an advantage. But it isn't necessary. It still works well without it. So, but this stretch was a little difficult because I didn't quite have enough paint, as I mentioned. So, but it's turning out pretty as it's stretching out. It's the lacing and the designs are looking really pretty. Sorry that I was turning it away from the camera as I was stretching it out, so you're not getting to see it really well here, but I'll give you a nice close-up of the wet result and then show you the dry result there. Isn't that gorgeous? So here's the wet result. Oh, those colors just came together so gorgeous. Absolutely love that. Such pretty lacing. Wow. I just love this process. It is so much fun, and everyone turns out so different. You never know how it's going to turn out. That's what I just love about doing this. It's just so much fun. So that's the dry result. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and a share. And then there's the dry result. So those colors dried great. Again, everybody have a great day, and thanks for watching.